Thank you for tuning into Classic Spookies, where I discuss classic horror movies. And today, I'm going to do one of my childhood favorite movies growing up. The 1962 King Kong vs. Godzilla. And I remember this movie, I believe I was like in the second or third grade, man. This movie was great. I remember a buddy of mine, it was going to be on TV that night, and we talked about it in school before it started. And how excited we were about watching this movie. And it was great. It was directed by Ishiro Honda, who did the original Godzilla, and produced by the Toho Studios. Never saw this movie in the theater, but I definitely saw it on cable TV back then in the 70s. Little backstory of it: it's a pharmaceutical company desperate to boost its television ratings sponsors an expedition to Faro Island to capture a legendary giant ape known as King Kong. Now there was a little thing went on here between this movie, Godzilla vs. King Kong. As we know that in '54, Toho Studios came out with Godzilla, and I guess you could say the Americans or America came out with King Kong. And William O'Brien was the one that did the the stop motion for King Kong in the original 1933 one, and he thought he was going to do this one too, the stop motion, but it appeared that the stop motion does take a long time to get scenes, so they decided to go against him, and they just put men in suits, or shall I say actors in suits, to portray our monsters. And there was an interview with O'Brien's widow saying that he was so heartbroken when this had happened, but nevertheless, they definitely made it, that movie, and I enjoyed it. I really did. It starts off with Godzilla breaks free from an Arctic iceberg where he had been trapped, destroying a submarine and heading towards Japan. After Kong transported to Japan, he escaped captivity. The Japanese military fails to stop either monster, leading to an inevitable series of destructive clashes between the two titans. Armed with a newfound electrical powers, after absorbing power lines, Kong battles Godzilla on the slopes of Mount Fuji and near Atami Castle. The fight ends with both monsters plunging off a cliff into Sagami Bay. Yeah, I remember that when they. I think one of the things that I didn't care for is where King Kong gets a tree and shoves it down Godzilla's mouth or throat, but that's because I was a Godzilla fan, and my buddy was a King Kong fan, so yeah. But it kind of made me sad when Kong surfaces from the ocean and begins swimming back to his island home, while Godzilla's status is left unknown underwater. Yeah, as a, I don't know what, 8, 9-year-old, kind of made me kind of sad, but nevertheless, I enjoyed the movie, and I still watch it from time to time. When you look at those movies now, you're like, oh, wow. I really enjoyed these movies as a kid. They were like humongous to me, just like giant. But no, this was definitely a good movie. I enjoyed it, like I said, and it did have some box office success. It still remains the most attended Godzilla movie in Japanese history, cementing the versus formula for kaiju genre for decades to come. But yeah, this DVD that I did buy, though, it's a Blu-ray, and it's good. It does have some features in it. Yeah, I remember when Kong got drunk off the berry wine. Yeah, that was kind of funny. And then the octopus, from what I heard, they had to use I guess they bought a few octopuses, I don't know, like 2 or 3, and they used them like, however Kong fought them. And then at night, it didn't go to waste. The director took them home, and supposedly they had them for dinner. But yeah, I just want to show you something here that I got over the weekend. I went to a flea market in San Jose, and I actually bought this Godzilla for the Super Nintendo NES. Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see it, and I said, oh wow. I mean, I don't have an NES anymore, but I bought it for nostalgic, and definitely had the instructions, or the manual, whatever you want to call it, but it's in good shape. It is in good shape. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get an NES and play it, but till then it's going to be in my stand here, just as one of my collectors. And yeah, just want to thank you for tuning in to Classic Spookies. Subscribe if you want. Give me a like. And thank you.